let me do the things I asked to.
Okay. That is quite scathing poetry there, Miss Mercy Otis Warren. I'm surprised it took you so long to remember your writing. But we'll move on. Back to Samuel Adams. What do you have to bring to the debate?
Thomas Hutchinson.
Yes.
Why did you enforce those laws, like the Stamp Act?
Governor?
We thought it was right because since we protect you, you should actually be able to pay us for the protection we give you.
Samuel Adams, don't you agree that the protection for the colonies, maybe the colonies should have helped pay?
No.
How come?
You should have let us agree to the taxes we paid.
Oh, so you wanted some representation. Patriots, do you agree?
Yes.
Loyalists, why do you think? Let's ask you, Jonathan Butcher. We haven't heard from you in a little while. Why do you think the British government didn't want to give the colonies any representation?
Because they want to be independent and be their own country.
Oh, I don't think they did before, but your not letting them have representation has led us to that point. Something else, Governor Hutchinson?
Because they never asked.
Ooh, I might beg to differ on that. Mr. Franklin has been in England, being a representative, trying to get England to listen. I think they've tried. Mr. Butcher.
A war would hurt people more than a few unfair laws.
That is true. Patriots, do you feel that a war could be much more damaging and kill hundreds or thousands of people instead of just living with a few bad laws? Mr. Franklin, you've been trying to be a representative. What do you think about that?
Who said there would be war?
Do you not feel that there would be a war to separate and become independent?
Give us independence and we won't have war.
Oh, very good. That's true. We could avoid war, loyalists, if we just decide to let the colonies be free. Lord Dunmore, as a governor, a royal governor, working for the king, do you think the king has any persuasion to do that, to let these colonies become free?
The king has fought with the French for some of the land that he did. Why would he just give it away like garbage?
That's true. There has been some blood, sweat, and tears to gain these lands and to protect these lands. Samuel Adams.
Jonathan Boucher. Why were you... As a religious leader, why wouldn't you just ask God to give us freedom?
Mr. Butcher.
Because then the king would get mad and want a war. And that is disobeying the king.
And you do believe the king has his powers from God, correct, Reverend? Correct, priest?
Yes.
All right. I have a question for Mr. Franklin. Mr. Franklin, you have many occupations that you listed. One of them was as an inventor and a scientist. And we've all heard the tale of your experiments with electricity, flying a kite with a key. What word would you use to describe that experiment?
Exciting.
Exciting? I thought you were going to say shocking. Ha 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 ha. And with that, as a perfect segue, we are going to introduce the lightning round, where our contestants may give up civility, not contestants, panelists may give up civility, and you may address any of the other panelists at any time to raise your questions, thoughts, and opinions. Ready, set, lightning round, go! Go!
Animals needs to be caged.
Relating to Loyalists and Patriots debate. Does not anybody else have things to say?
Thomas Hutchinson.
Samuel Adams.
Why did you create the Sons of Liberty?
Why do you ask Britain to be strict when they're strict enough?
Because you people will just ignore our laws.
To get religious freedom.
Samuel Adams.
Where's the old part? The king is far away.
Samuel Adams. I know you want to be governor of Massachusetts. Is this just for greed or for freedom?
Really far away.
For freedom.
I
beg he still knows how we live.
No, he doesn't understand. He's too far away.
We've brought you so much.
Why a believer in God? Should you encourage the
You're being traitors because you will not.
Why a believer in God? Should you encourage them? Why do you add their laws?
Samuel Adams. I want an answer now. Is it for greed or for independence?
Independence.
Well, I don't really think so.
Why?
Marston, why a believer in God? Should you encourage the unfair laws? Mossy
Why would you be a politician, not a soldier or something? For independence.
Mossy ointed Warren. Why do you think we give such harsh laws?
I don't think that. I just think that if you lower them, everybody else will be happy.
But the military clothes
Why
you
don't you
wear
follow?
show a lot of aggression.
Why don't you follow the laws?
The king's got powers from God. Who said I didn't follow the laws? Hey, Jonathan,
Because I fight for freedom.
Can you prove that the king got powers from the God?
Hey,
Thomas Hutchinson.
what inspired
Because I fight for freedom.
Hey, Jonathan,
What's inspired?
how can you prove that
For
you got
freedom.
that the king got powers from God? When I saw the people suffering from the unfair laws. Because he's a king.
I believe that you just want more rights.
But that doesn't mean he got his powers from God. Maybe he was born. I just want Samuel Adams to be happy.
Thomas Hutchinson.
Boom. Boom.
How could you prove that? Why do you think the king is wise?
If he did, don't you think he would have more power?
A lot of you wouldn't be alive if it weren't for the king. You wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for him.
Okay, and with that, order in the debate, order in the area. And I think we've had a very spirited debate here today. Whether we've convinced the neutralist to join the loyalist side or the patriot side is still up for debate. But I would like to let each of the panelists have one last closing statement to make their best and most convincing argument for or against independence. Let's start with the loyalists. Governor Hutchinson, a closing statement to convey your thoughts.
My king is wise and is willing to make good decisions. You should follow him.
Thank you, sir, for joining us today. Jonathan Butcher, a closing statement.
The king is very powerful, so you should obey him and obey God.
Thank you. And Lord Dunmore, the last loyalist comment to close us out today.
I understand that they think it's not fair that they can't cross the mountains. The reason is because we already gave that land to Native Americans. If they cross, then they will either die or we will have to raise taxes for more soldiers. And I don't think they want that from them saying the taxes are already bad.
Thank you, sir. And to the Patriot side, closing statements, Samuel Adams.
The colonists should be able to change up their laws. And elect our own governors.
Thank you, sir. Miss Mercy Otis Warren, a closing statement.
And then not the choices of others. As for me, give us liberty or give us death.
Very poetic. Well said indeed. And Mr. Benjamin Franklin.
Patriots want freedom. We can govern there ourselves. That's the ultimate goal.
Alrighty, well, I thank you all for being here today at the Great Patriot Loyalist 5D debate of 2013. Well done and good night.